Interest rate determination from the Keynesian's view. Keynesians के हिसाब से interest rate money supply, tilting a little slightly onto the right, and LP curve. Wherever these two curves, the demand for money, supply for money, wherever they intersect, that's your interest rate and that's the amount of money in the economy. ये Keynesian का view है. How interest rate is set. The demand for money is equals to the supply for money. ठीक हो गया? अब just to explain the idea furthermore, जब हम ग्राफ्स बनाते हैं तो equilibrium कैसे establish होता है, we want to clarify that. If the interest rate was higher than what the market is proposing, फिर क्या होना था? फिर यह होता supply for money इतने high interest rate के ऊपर the demand for money would have been lesser and the supply of money would have been greater because अगर interest rate ज़्यादा है तो लोग ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा अपना पैसा सप्लाई करेंगे क्रेडिट क्रिएशन और हॉट मनी की जो हमने बात की थी देयर विल बी मोर मनी सप्लाई एंड द डिमांड फॉर मनी विल बी लो एंड ऑल ऑफ दिस विल कॉज एन एक्सेस supply of money, isn't it? And whenever we have an excess, we can call it like excess liquidity hai is market mein, and that excess liquidity is going to make the interest rate fall down until it reaches the equilibrium. That will be the interest rate eventually. However, if the interest rate is, let's say, at R2, then the demand for money is much more than the supply for money. And what this represents is, yahan se leke yahan tak, that there is an excess demand for money in the economy. And that will probably cause the interest rate to start rising until the equilibrium is achieved. That's how the interest rate market ke andar set hota hai. Furthermore, with the same idea, let's say this is the interest rate and the quantity of money. Let's say because of inflation or whatever reason, the demand for money goes up, precautionary, speculation, transactionary, for all these reasons. Maybe inflation hai to isliye people are holding more transaction ke liye cash and precaution ke liye cash, and it causes the LP curve to shift to the right. The demand for money goes up. What's going to happen? Original interest rate पे supply और demand में फर्क आ जाएगा, causing an excess. That excess will cause the money supply increase till the new equilibrium is established. That's how it will work from the Keynesian's point of view. This is how the interest rates are set. ठीक हो गया? But not from the monetarist view. Monetarist view is different. From the monetarist view, they're saying कि interest rate अगर set करना है, तो why are you looking at the total demand for money? मतलब LP curve जो represent कर रहा है, वो मैं पैसा अगर अपनी salary earn की है and I have cash in hand and I'm going to use that cash, I'm not even borrowing that money. Okay, I've earned it. It's my money in the bank account. But I've kept it कि मुझे ये transactions के लिए ज़रूरत है for my kids' school fee, for my groceries, for my restaurant eating, for my entertainment stuff. I'm not even borrowing this money. So why is that money involved in determining the interest rate? मॉनेटरिस्ट तो ये कहते हैं कि वो पैसा इंक्लूडेड होना चाहिए इंटरेस्ट रेट की डिटर्मिनेशन में जिसके लिए भी लोग पैसा बोरो कर रहे हो और लोगों ने लेंड करने के लिए दिया हुआ हो. Again, this money supply has all kind of money in the economy: cash, coins, deposits, all of it. Even that money which you're not even loaning out, keeping it to yourself, but वो interest rate determination में involved है. So according to the monetarists, they have a loanable fund theory. LF we use for loanable fund के term के लिए. अब ये लोनेबल फंड थ्योरी क्या है? लोनेबल फंड थ्योरी कहती है, वेल देयर इज डिमांड फॉर मनी, ये जो बोरो करना चाह रहे हैं, एंड देन देयर इज सप्लाई फॉर मनी, ये जो लेंडिंग के लिए है. ठीक है, डिमांड फॉर मनी इज पीपल हु वांट टू बोरो, एंड हु वांट्स टू बोरो? वी से it could be like the firms who want to borrow, it could be the government who wants to borrow. Okay, whoever wants to borrow. इसमें firms के अंदर you can have like multinationals, you can have private limited companies, you can have like even individuals who want to invest or something. These are the people who demand money, and when they're demanding money, they will again, if I put interest rate over here and I put quantity of loanable fund over here, high interest rate के ऊपर people want to borrow less money, the firms and the governments, you know, the MNCs, and you have the public limited companies and all, they want to demand less money. और जहां तक सप्लायर की बात है, who is supplying money, we say, well, it could be the household who saves money, it could be firms' money, because a lot of time firms have excess money in hand which they're willing to loan out if they don't have expansion plans and stuff like that. But the thing is, low interest rate ke upar they will be supplying less, at high interest rate they're going to be supplying more just to earn, right? And wherever you have the loanable fund, the demand and supply meeting, that should be the interest rate according to them. And if demand increases, the interest rate should go up. And if supply increases, more people end up saving, the interest rate is likely to go down. So वो कह रहे, according to them, this is how the interest rate should be determined. It should be on the basis of, एक बैंक है, उसके पास कितने लोग एप्लीकेशन दे रहे हैं लोन लेने के लिए, और कितने लोगों ने अपने पैसे सेविंग्स में दिए हैं कि आप इसको आगे लोन आउट करें. Why should you include the deposit wala money? It should be only savings wala money, because you want to earn interest on it, right? So you should only take those things into consideration to have your equilibrium. This is what the monetarists are saying. Any kind of shifts in these curves are going to change the interest rate. Obviously, the Keynesians have problem with this. They think it's too simplistic, and that's not how you can work with it. But obviously, they have been criticizing each other for quite some times. Multinational corporations and public limited companies, they invest करते हैं ना पैसे, so they demand money. Debentures वगैरह, debentures are long-term loans, and then sometimes they have their short-term loans, they have working capital and stuff like that.